Hello, everyone. I am super excited to do a book haul today. This is another massive book haul from, let's see, where are we now? We're in October, so this was September. Most of these books were purchased used at thrift stores because I am always out and about. I love browsing thrift stores and I prefer to buy books used if I can. A few of these books were new, unfortunately. And then one book I got from Goodreads. So I'm going to get started with the fiction books first. I got The Bear. This one was from a free library box that I ran into. And I think this is a science fiction. I have never read this author before, but this was probably, of all the books in the box, this was in the best condition. So I grabbed it. And then when I looked into it, it seemed like a pretty great story. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I also got this little tiny Agatha Christie Curtain book about Hercule Poirot. I'm excited to read this one. This is probably I've heard one of his best Poirot adventures by Agatha Christie. So I've read some I've started a few Poirot adventures that weren't so great. So looking forward to this one. This book I got from the publisher. This one's coming out in January of 2026, A Sociopath's Guide to a Successful Marriage. I just got this in the mail, I think, a few days ago, and this looks pretty fun. A good mother will kill for her family and sometimes for fun. I mean, maybe I'll like this, hopefully. I got another Abby Jimenez book. Hoping that reading some more romance will bring some joy to my life. So I got two books by her now, The Friend Zone and then Say You'll Remember Me, and I'm looking forward to reading that. I also bought a really pretty copy of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I have read this book in the past and I did not like it and I unhauled it, but I am currently in the process of trying to go back and reread some of the books that are classics and highly recommended classics that I didn't like in the past that hopefully I will like now because I'm in a different place in my life. And this is one of those books that has been on my radar. And I just really like that copy. I also got Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, which I've heard great things about. And I finally found this really pretty copy with these cute edges at a thrift store. And then I got this book by Willa Cather, Death Comes for the Archbishop. This was recommended in another book I read last month by the author. And I read My Antonia by this author in the past, and I did not care for it. So hopefully I enjoy this one more. I also got this. Oh, this book is so heavy. Anathem by Neil Stevenson. I have a couple other books by this author. What do I have by this author? Seven Eves and Snow Crash. So I'll throw that one on the pile and hopefully I'll get to it at some point. This is another book that I bought because I read it. I got rid of it because I didn't like it. And now I want to reread it to see if I like it more. I mean, some people have said this is their favorite book of all time. Other people have said this is the worst book they ever read. I want to read it again and go through this experience and see how I feel now. Plus, I really, really like these Penguin Classic deluxe editions. They're really whimsical and kind of want to start a collection of these. So I found a bunch at a thrift store, so I picked them up. I got, stuck together, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is an author I haven't really read, but I have another book that I'm reading by her. And that book is, what is it? My mind is blanking. What is it? I don't even know where I put it. I started reading it. Let me take a look through my crazy collection. Maybe it's up here. Oh, it's Uprooted. Uprooted, yes. So grab this one. It's really well rated, and kind of want to read more by her. These are whimsical, kind of childish fantasy books. But they're endearing. And then I got another book by V.E. Schwab, The Fragile Threads of Power. This book is extremely well rated. I think this is the author of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I really enjoyed that book. I also tried reading The Shades of Magic by her and I couldn't get into it, but now I'm kind of regretting not getting into it, like not really forcing myself. So I'm thinking I might pick up more by this author and start reading more by this more books by this author, is what I'm trying to say. I also got Dream Count by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I just unhauled a book by this author, or I'm planning to unhaul a book by this author, and now that I read the reviews for this one, they're not great, but I'll make up my mind. It's her newest book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. But I did read Americana, and I loved it, and I read some of her other self-help books, her feminist books, and books on death. Okay, now for the nonfiction. I've been wary of The Four Agreements and The Voice of Knowledge, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz as self-help books because they are very spiritual based, but I kind of wanted to look into it because some authors and YouTubers that I really, really respect speak very highly of these books. So that's why I picked them up, and it was this really cute box set for $4. So I'll see if I can get some value out of that. This is an old book that I just started reading, and I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, it might not be amazing, but if it helps me get some of my house in order, help me get rid of some stuff, I think, it's valuable. I always enjoy books like that. I also got What Happened to You. I took the cover off just because it was kind of destroyed. They wrote the price tag in like this black pen on it, and then it kind of ruined the whole cover, so I just took it off. But the cover underneath is really pretty, and I think this is by Oprah Winfrey and Bruce Perry, and this is all about dealing with trauma, and it was extremely well rated, so wanted to get a copy of that. I got The Withdrawal by Noam Chomsky, and this is all about the United States withdrawing from conflicts. And I'm interested in that, so it's a cute little book. I got The Happiest Man on Earth, The Beautiful Life of an Auschwitz Survivor. Looking forward to that. I'm always looking for really good memoirs about finding joy and happiness in life. And plus, this book is so well rated. I got John Steinbeck's biography by Jay Parnini. This is one of my favorite authors, so I was excited about that. I got How Plants Work, the science behind amazing things that plants do, just because I used to buy all these books for my kids when I was homeschooling, and we never really got around to it. And I thought, okay, now that we're not homeschooling anymore, why don't I just start buying books for myself on those same subjects so I can learn them? And maybe that was it all along. It was all for me. I wanted to know about certain things and not the kids. So I've stopped buying books for the kids unless they ask for them, and then I want to buy books for myself and learn how the world works. So this looked like a fun little guide. I got Einstein in America, The Scientist's Conscience in the Age of Hitler and Hiroshima. I'm a Einstein enthusiast, and so this is a book I haven't read about Einstein yet, so that was a good find. I got Neil deGrasse Tyson's newest book, To Infinity and Beyond. This is one that I think his most recent book, so I was excited to find that for $2. I got Dance in America, a reader's anthology, so that was a cool find. And then I actually bought this new, The Boy from Kiev. I've wanted this for a while, and I'm excited to read that. And I also got, oh yuck, I should probably take the plastic off. It's called Dancing on Water. It's another ballet biography or autobiography. And then I got First Steps, How Upright Walking Made Us Human by Jeremy De Silva. It's another science book that was well rated, and really need to start reading my science books because I've accumulated so many, and I've been doing a really good job of getting through all my fiction, and I think I need to tackle science next because I used to love reading science, and I just haven't been reading as much. And then I also got this really cool book on DNA, The Secrets of Life by James D. Watson. He's a famous author, obviously, famous scientist, and so this looked like a good book. And then I got 10 Birds That Changed the World by Stephen Moss. I haven't read too many books about birds, but this one seemed fascinating, and it was so beautiful. The cover is just gorgeous. I had to add that to my collection. I got Our Fragile Moment. This is How Lessons from Earth's Past Can Help Us Survive the Climate Crisis by Michael Mann. It's another book on climate change that I can add to my collection of books on climate change that I haven't read. That's another thing I really need to get onto. Maybe 2026 will be the year of reading science books, after I do a clear out a few more of my fiction books. Spooky Action at a Distance by George Musser. I love this topic. Space-time, black holes, Big Bang, theories of everything. Love books on this topic. Why We Get Sick, the hidden epidemic at the root of most chronic diseases and how to fix this. Again, very fascinating subject. This book I was super excited to find for $2.50. This is the newest book on Marie Curie that just came out, and it was on my wish list. And then when I found it brand new at a thrift store, I was very excited. So this is all about Marie Curie. And I did just on Haul a book about Marie Curie that was written by her daughter, just because I found it almost unreadable. I could not tolerate the style. So I feel like it was just a really bizarre book, and it was so well rated, and I just kept it for so long because it was so well rated, and every time I tried to read it I couldn't get through it. So I'm looking forward to this one instead. I got The Threat. This was recommended to me by a family member, How the FBI Protects America in the Age of Terror and Trump by Andrew McCabe. I'm not sure, I don't know if I'll like it, but we'll see. It was well rated. Travels with Charlie. This is a book I unhauled last year, but I had a mass market paperback that was kind of dingy. But I think I like this cover a lot, and I want to try it again. And this is by John Steinbeck, and I felt really bad for getting rid of a book by my favorite author without reading it. So I'm glad I found this copy. This book is extremely well rated. The Devil Reached Toward the Sky, A Neural History of the Making and Unleashing of the Atomic Bomb. This book also weighs so much. I don't understand. It's not even that heavy, that big. It's just so heavy. Maybe the paper is really high quality or something. Oh, this cover is super thick. Anyway, super well rated book. So I'm excited about that. I got Putin's Wars, From Chechnya to Ukraine, another book on Russia that I didn't yet own, which is a big surprise to me every time I find one. So adding that. Excited to read it. I got volume 1 of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo graphic novel. This graphic novel series is very well rated, and I started rereading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo earlier this year, and I didn't get very far, so I'm hoping just having the graphic novel will get me inspired to keep going, because I remember kind of sort of enjoying the story like 20 years ago or whatever. I don't even know how long it's been since I first read it. Got The Happiness Advantage, because I need to be happier. I do need to start reading self-help books again. I've been having kind of a hard time with my quote-unquote career, and looking for more inspiration and books to help guide me through making good decisions. Also, I got The Speed. Oh, this book also weighs so much. I can barely hold this. The Speed and Scale, an Action Plan for Solving Climate Crisis Now. This looked good and it was well rated, so picked it up for $2. I got Dreyer's English, An Utterly Correct Guide to Clarity and Style. This will go on my in my collection of books on writing for when I decide to become an author, which might happen in the next 5 years or so. We'll see. We'll see what happens when my dance career falls apart. 1,000 Words, A Writer's Guide to Staying Creative, Focused, and Productive All Year Round. This book had such a cute cover, and it was brand new, even though this paper is like, what, newspaper? I don't even know. This is the worst paper ever, but that's okay. That's okay. It was well rated. I got The Deadliest Enemy, Our War Against Killer Germs. Seemed interesting. I think I bought this at the beginning of the month, so I don't even remember like why I wanted it so bad, but I think it was well rated. And then finally, this book is really, really cool. This is Anything You Can Imagine, Peter Jackson and the Making of Middle Earth by Ian Nathan. I've never even heard of this book, and it was so well rated, and it's all about how they created the movie Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, probably both, the Tolkien adaptations. fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So I'm excited to read that. Anyway, another big book haul. I'm going to have a really big unhaul coming up pretty soon, as soon as I finish going through my books. And I've been doing my shelf by shelf challenge, and you can see my shelves are getting better, much cleaner and organized. I'm really trying to prioritize what I want to read, stop getting so much anxiety over all these books that I own that I don't have any interest in reading. And hopefully when I'm done with all the shelves, I'll be able to maybe organize them again in some fun way, to start the next year on a positive note. Anyway, thank you for watching.